Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Pluribus episode 8, the second last episode, potentially ever, or potentially for first season, I don't
The
know.
penultimate, we call this, Elitery. The penultimate.
That is true, and the man defining the words here, or explaining them or whatever, is Kyle Entertainment. He has been here the whole time.
Oh.
Yep.
I'm good with my vocabulary.
Yeah, sometimes, maybe. Anyway, so, in this week's episode, and I guess by week I mean like, we're doing 2 a week, so I don't know if this is a Monday or a Friday or whatever, but this episode we had Menounos. He wakes up in the hospital, he pays for his bills, and then he leaves. Meanwhile, Carol spends some time with Zosha while she
didn't pay.
That is true, he wrote an IOU kind of note thing. Yeah, simultaneously, Carol is spending some time with Zosha while she probes Zosha for information about the hive mind, and she's compiling it on her whiteboard. They play some games together. They visit the hive mind sleeping area. They do some stargazing. They have a massage. They play some croquet, and they go to a diner, a diner, that the hive mind has reconstructed for Carol, and then Carol gets mad about it. And then when she tells Zosha why she's mad, Zosha kisses her, and then they have sex. And then Carol wakes up, and she writes chapter 1 of her new book, and Zosha loves it, and then the episode ends with Zosha telling Carol that she's gonna have a visitor. So yeah, that was this episode.
Well, you ruined the whole episode. What do we got left to talk about?
We're gonna talk about everything, and we're gonna start with the fact that, we just predicted exactly what was gonna happen at the beginning of this. He woke up, he wasn't happy, he left. I don't think they stocked his car or anything, but
they didn't.
Yeah.
Missed opportunity, bad writing. My note on this literary was hospital something. I just couldn't be cared to recall my genius.
It was very funny when he was asking for an itemized bill. I was like, man, he really is he's really committed to this. There'd be an easy way to rationalize it, to be like, oh, sometimes in emergencies you don't have to pay the bill. Like maybe it's a country with health insurance that covers it, but no, he's like, I'm paying. These people spent their time doing this. I need to pay for their time. Yeah, what a guy. Oh my God.
Why was it the same price in American and this currency?
That was a question that came in my mind. I didn't look it up, but there are currencies that are tied to the US dollar, so it could just be one of those currencies, right?
I thought every currency was tied to the US dollar.
I don't think so. I know it's I
think it's all based on it, right? But
I don't know about that. Countries print their own
money.
Tied,
you meant exactly the same.
No, yeah, I mean the definition of money, and I know it's been a thing historically. The definition of money has been pegged to another currency, where it's our value is determined by this other country's value, something like that. I don't know how it works, but I know it's a thing in the past. I have no idea if this is what's happening here, but yeah.
My vague recollection is that after World War II, everybody said the US dollar, that's the number one dollar.
That is true. People use it for something. I don't know. What am I, an economist? Why are you asking me this? This is for the comments, please, guys. Let us know.
You're a historian, as we've demonstrated many a time. So you're supposed to know these things.
That's right. I don't even know what country they were in when they were in the hospital. Was it Panama? That's where he was heading?
They said Panama.
All right, wonderful.
Is that a country or a place, Leary? We'll never know the answer to that, but
yep.
I think it's a country.
And I know where it is on a map now, and I will probably forever know that thanks to this show, because I looked it up once.
Oh, it's at the top of South America, you idiot.
Well, not really at the top. Well, I guess it is at the top. It's in between, it's on that
it's on the water.
It's on the little bit, the narrow bit. Anyway.
The Panama Canal.
Yeah. So this opening continues the thing we've been seeing, which is that Menounos' perspective of the hive mind is very creepy and different. Initially we open with the drops of blood falling to the ground, and we're what's happening here? And then you see this face of the surgeon, and he's smiling creepily, and it's really close up, and it is notably intentionally being portrayed very differently. Which is
Elitery, I'm going to accuse you right now of racism and misogyny. What? Now, it's because one time it was a bearded guy, and I said, I want my nice young lady to be the hive mind back. And that's how I caught myself in my own biases, Elitery. And then also, they're speaking another language. And Elitery, other languages, they're a little spooky, you know what I'm saying?
What?
So
I don't know about that.
That's what's going on.
Well, I don't think he even spoke. He was the guy was looking at him smiling. I don't think a word was said. I don't know what the language has to do with it.
Menounos.
That is true.
Are you awake or something? He said something.
He probably did say something like that. That is true. But he was scary before that, when there were the blood dropping on the ground, and he was smiling, and that was it. That was enough to scare me and be like, I don't trust these people.
Maybe their scariness is based on the energy you give off. Since Carol was so manic, they gave off calm energy. But for this guy, because he has evil energy, well, I guess in this example, we would be saying they do the opposite. But I was just going to say this guy did evil energy and they're doing it back at him. But that doesn't make much sense.
Well, I mean, nothing is changing. It's not like they're acting any different. It's the way it's directed. That's the only difference. Like, they all act the same.
No, it's like their faces or something.
I don't think so. I think it's the fact that, like, previously we were told
that
about
crazy
Carol's
lady
conversion
was
therapy.
half in the shadows, and the bottom of her mouth looks scary.
Exactly, the directing, yeah.
No, the bottom of the mouth.
Well, what I'm saying is that it's like, yeah, this stuff that we're seeing here is what Carol was saying about the people who were smiling at the conversion therapy, where it's just like, we're seeing what she was explaining before. Like, this is the perspective that you have of, like, people who are smiling but are doing bad things in your mind, right?
Alita will never get over the conversion therapy moment.
It's a great moment, because it was like, man, that is what's happening here. They're trying to convert you to be like them, and I don't know, it's interesting.
No, that's like what's happening here.
True. Anyway.
Got him.
He's in the hospital, and then he leaves. And that's it. He's really struggling.
Who cares about this guy? Get to the good stuff, Alita.
Alright, so, well, initially, Carol and Zosha, they have a reuniting scene, and it's, like, a little awkward. And I'm like, oh my god, I don't want to deal with this. Like, well, ugh.
True, they didn't know what to say.
Exactly. But then the great thing happened, and they did exactly what I wanted them to do, and they played a game. I said this a few episodes ago. I was like, oh, what if they play a game, like, genuinely, who's going to win? But they played a game that wasn't really like a proper skill game or anything. It was one of those damn card games that anyone can win.
No, that takes great hand-eye skill, Alita, of course.
That is true.
And as we demonstrated later, it's not just muscle memory or something, because they're geniuses and they win at that other game. So, were they just letting Carol win? Or were they not?
No.
And then they started throwing in some sarcasm and some flirting to that end.
Yeah, they said, like, why don't we play more and you'll find out? But I guess we never saw, we never found out. So,
well, I think we do in the Carol sucks scene.
Carol, what does that mean?
And that's not what I'm talking about, Alita. Remember they put Carol sucks on the board?
I don't remember this, no. The board? Carol sucks?
So they're playing a little sport, and at the sports games, Alita,
oh, that
TV
bit,
screen.
okay.
You put things on the TV screen,
yeah.
And they put Carol sucks.
Yep, that is true. I don't know how that tells us about the card game, but that is true about that sport, yes.
Because obviously the card game is just like that game, where it's physical skill, and they won that game definitively.
True. All right.
So they were letting Carol win.
That is true. And they didn't play chess because Carol knew they'd win. It was great.
True, she thought about that for a second. There was another one she thought about. Oh, it was some language game.
Yeah, like Scrabble or something. Like, they'll know all the words. It's not fair. But, yeah, what do you want to talk about this?
Lame?
What do you want to say in this section? You said you wanted to talk about Zosha and Carol and stuff.
I didn't say that. I just said get to the good stuff. Now, sarcasm and flirting, sometimes the movements don't seem perfect. This is something I like watch the show for. Like, whenever they have a shot of like them walking, I'm like, could they be walking better? Should they be walking better? And it's like, oh, they're just actors. Leave them alone. And then here, like when she goes to snap on the cards or whatever game they're playing, like there was like some hesitancy. So that was interesting. It's like it wasn't as pinpoint perfect as it could have been. Now, is this a limitation of the human actor, or is this like
what are you even talking about?
We'll never know.
You mean,
what are you questioning me about?
I don't even know what you're saying. You're saying there was hesitancy? What does that mean?
Yeah, there was like the movement was a little awkward or something. Whereas it should have been perfect, or should it not be perfect?
Okay, interesting. I'm getting an insight into your mind here. Wow.
And whenever they walk, Alira, you got to watch background characters walking, and you got to say, is this just a dumb background actor who doesn't know fuck, or is that correct? And, you just got to wonder these things. It's like in Weapons when those kids are all running the way they shouldn't be in the background because they didn't want to get all these kids to do 17 takes.
If there's one thing I know about Kyle, everyone listening here, it is that he loves to come up with, like, behind-the-scenes headcanons that are, like, existent in his mind that are reality, that have no evidence. It's always lovely. And here we are, we're experiencing
the evidence doesn't matter because all that matters is how it affects my reading.
Well, it doesn't even affect your reading because you just make it up. It's like, oh, I can come up with anything to explain my reading. Like, it doesn't, it's a post hoc, like, coming up with something, right?
Of course I can.
Yeah, true.
How else am I supposed to come up with a reading?
You don't need to come up with a reading.
Well, what am I supposed to do?
You're meant to watch. You're meant to watch and you're meant to think nothing. You're meant to be like, good or bad.
And I'm going to think, that's a lady who's pretending to be a character right now. And that's what I'm going to think at least 60% of the time.
True. I don't
Immersion is
that.
fake, and I'm sick of escapism. Stop talking about it. Nobody believes it's actually happening.
Well, I would usually say amen, but that's not true. Escapism is just very, very true. Anyway, the hive mind was so excited that they were going to get a new book to read. They were like,
True,
oh, I
that's my
can't believe
very
it.
next note, Elitery.
All right.
Excited to read something new with an exclamation mark.
Yep. Because
Now, that was an interesting
you know what that
another
proves?
inside Elitery.
Yeah, that proves that none of those other lazy survivors, like that damn woman and the child, are writing anything of worth. They have no interest. Yeah.
I didn't know they were authors, Elitery, where they were required to write new things. My
Oh, well,
goodness,
true.
you're just so hateful towards that one lady. That
Yep.
nice lady. Now, True, they wanted to read something new. Isn't that fascinating?
Yeah. Makes sense.
I don't have
yeah.
any conclusions here, Elitery, but it's fascinating.
It is, I agree. Like a lot of elements of this hive mind are just really interesting. There's not much to it, but it's interesting.
And then they said that it was a retcon, Elitery, and I said, don't use that word. That's a YouTube word. You're better than that.
True. All right. So, I wrote down every observation that Carol had on her board about the hive minds. Do you want to go through these? Or do you have anything else before
I
this?
paused to look at it.
All right.
I remember there was one that said sex with 2 question marks.
Indeed, yes.
We'll go through them, Elitery.
So, number one, well, actually, I might have missed some of the first ones we've seen before, but it was like, don't play favorites. They love all jerks the same. We've heard that before. Trying to change me / need my consent / stem cells / biological imperative. I feel like we know this already. Weirdly honest, can't lie. We know that one. They eat people. And then next to it said, can't pick up an apple, windfall only. They do drink them. That is true. That's probably better. But she wrote eat. And then she had 2 points that she said possibly connected. And she said communal sleeping, cuddle, puddle, body heat, sex efficiency, energy efficiency. That was like 1 point about the sleeping thing. And the second point was about communicating via the body's electric charge, and then radio, telepathy, unconscious, homeo. Oh yeah, so this was exactly what I was like talking about before, about like the Faraday cage and stuff, and how they are communicating somehow using, radio or electromagnetic frequencies. And we get that exactly explained here, and I was very glad to hear it. It's like some unconscious communication that they do. Their bodies have some field. Even Carol has one, apparently. They like mentioned that at some point.
True, but it's shut off or something.
Yeah, exactly. Which this has the interesting implication that like their communication isn't instant. It's at light speed, which I mean that's like a minor thing, but it's certainly I think the note.
What if you just block the light?
Well, that unironic, like that is how they would cut off people, right? From this hive mind. You'd block the signal.
I don't know what light speed actually means, Elitery.
It means fast. That's what it means. 300,000 kilometers a second.
Raditz was 7 times light speed in episode 1. But in episode 300, Goku takes a little while to go from this place to this place on Earth. Can you please explain that to me?
True.
That's all I know about light speed, is how it complicates power scaling in my shonen animes.
I think I looked it up, and it was like, for them to communicate to the other side of the world, it was like half a second or something, because it takes light. I don't even remember. It was like 1 second to get around the whole world, and if you halve that, it's like, a quarter of half a second or something like that. Who knows?
I can run that fast.
Well, you definitely can't. Now, that was all right. Anyway, more points. They use trains to transport food, and it could be more efficient, is what Carol wrote.
True, and they honked the horn for Carol.
Indeed, they did. Individuals feel things, but everyone knows things because they're like a hive mind.
Wait, there's that moment where they get to the summit of the thingy where they look at the train, and I can't remember who, but somebody goes to stand further away and somebody stands closer, Elitery. Which one do you think it was, and what does it say about their characters?
Say that again, when they're on the hill, like looking at the train?
So they get to the peak of the hill where they are about to observe the train going past, and when they get there, one of them gets there first, and the other one like goes to stand next to them or something, but then doesn't, and then the other one moves closer. Who made the move?
I don't know, and I don't care. So you
I
tell
remember
me.
thinking, that tells me a lot. But I forgot what it told me and who it was about.
I'm glad to hear it, because I don't care that much about it. I'm sure someone did do that. I don't know what it means. It could mean a million things.
I think it might have been Carol doing it to show initiative because she was slowly getting closer, just like when she slept with them. And I mean just sleep in Elitery.
Right. Yeah, so is that what is your perspective on this episode? Like, my reading is, I think, pretty much what I said in the recap, which is that it seems that for the majority of this episode, she's getting closer to them to get more information, and she's, like, maybe a little bit being won over by them, but for the most part, she is very resolved on, like, trying to get the information from them to defeat them. But then after they have
Absolutely
sex,
not.
It's like, now things are a bit different, and we don't quite know what this is, if she's going to still... Like, this is the question of whether she is still going to be so resolute on her, like, desire to fix them, or if it's going to be this sex stuff and the relationship and not feeling lonely and having someone who likes her book.
She's going to have a fight with Matus or whatever his name is when he gets there, because he's going to hate him and she loves them. And she was sleeping with them. She's trying to have her cake and eat it too, Elitery, but we all know she's actually very sad and lonely and a big simp.
Yeah.
But he might win her back over,
It is strange. Not strange. It is interesting on like what Carol is going to be feeling and what her decision will be regarding all this, because like on one hand, in her old life, this is all like, firstly, it's all coming together, which is cool. Like the themes and stuff, or whatever, like the character stuff. I don't know how best to express this, but the book has come into it. Like the book is a big part now in terms of her decision, which is that for the first time, she's able to write a book where, whatever the main guy's name, what was his name? The guy's a girl now, basically. Raban or whatever.
Huh?
She's able to write her book and make Raban a woman now.
Oh, okay.
And like, not only is she able to do that and for it to like be something she can publish, but the hive mind likes it. Like it's something they read the book and they really appreciate it, and they actually are very like in tune with like why she would have made that choice, and they really like it. And this was
our
a thing.
Friend can't read English, and if he did, he probably wouldn't like these books, so he's fucked.
Well, yeah, but the point is that if Carol were to turn the world back to normal, like, number one, there's no more Helen. She's going to be lonely. And secondly, she's going to have to go back to that world where she can't just write whatever she wants and have people appreciate it. She's going to have to, like, adhere to, like, the people around her again. Like, she could, but for who? Like, she can write it, but there's no point in the story for her if she's not going to share it with people, right? Like, if she just wrote the story, the reason she wrote it is so she could show it to Zosha, right? Because she was waiting for her approval to see what she thinks about it. I don't think she would have just written the book.
She was also inspired by Zosha.
She was inspired by her, that is true. But I think she wanted to show her. And I feel like if she would, why would she want to, besides the benevolent thing of, like, wanting to save the world or whatever, I don't know if she has any motivation to bring back the world. Like, here she has a companion who loves her and respects her, like, her work and everything, and enjoys reading it. And Helen is gone. There is no more Helen anymore. I think they might.
Yeah.
I don't know. From Helen's perspective, from Carol's perspective, it seems that way at least.
Yeah, I can see it being a thing where, like, this little interlude gave her the confidence to, when the world goes back to normal, keep Raban to be a lady, because not inspired her, literally. She slowly learnt to be more herself through the help of the hive mind, and that will be their legacy. My goodness.
I don't think so, because what I imagine is she goes back to the world comes back to normal, and she changes that about her book, and now people don't like the book anymore, and it's just going to hurt.
Or she might get a new fan base of lesbian readers, Alita.
I don't think so. Like, I don't think that would be satisfying, because I think what she likes about her change that she made is that, like, is someone that she loves genuinely loves her work. Like, I don't think it's the same. Like, if she were to go back to the world, well, Helen didn't even read like the like one that she liked.
Yeah, because it sucked and she didn't like it.
And if Helen didn't like it or read it, then, like, who else could she find that would, like, have that connection with her that would enjoy her work as well?
And maybe that's the whole point, is you can't get your fake hive mind to like a thing. You need to fight for real people to like your thing.
But no, because the hive mind was able to, like, it was a genuine reaction of, like, I mean, we don't know if it's genuine, but from Carol's perspective, it was a genuine reaction of, they were trying to piece together how she made this change, and, like, it was a very earnest, like, they seemed to really like it, and they were a fan of her work, and they appreciated the change.
The way it's delivered is so, like, inhuman, I guess.
I took it the complete other way. You mean the Zosha's, like, delivery in that scene?
Yeah, like, the way she says things and the way she's always excited about things, it just feels like a cheating, like, it feels like a phony reaction somebody would give. But I don't think it's phony. I just think the delivery is like actually fundamentally unsatisfying outside of, like, the vainness of, which it kind of plays into the sex aspect of, like, it's just the vainness because she likes the way this lady looks. I don't think she's actually in love with the hive mind or, like, wants to have sex with the hive mind. I think it's a combination of the appearance stuff and the not wanting to be lonely stuff.
Well, I disagree. I think that in that scene, I think what Carol is liking is that she has someone who, on one level, she genuinely, like, is probably in love with, either physically, or, like, a little emotionally. Like, she even says in the scene before about how, like, there's elements to you that I really like. It's not just that I want to get rid of you or anything. Like, I like you. And physically, she obviously has sex with her and thinks she's, like, fuckable or whatever we talked about. And on the other hand, it's not just that half. It is the other half of she genuinely likes her work and the passion in like when she was speaking, when the Zosha was speaking to her is very clear, and it's not a fake thing. It's not like what Helen was pretending to like read her books or anything. I think it is like it might be the first like like she might see it as the first person who truly sees her as like, this is someone who understands me completely, and I connect with, and I'm attracted to them, and this is like, they love me, and it's like a perfect thing. I don't think it's like
but it's not a person.
Well, that is true, and I think that's the other element, which is that she's now trying to get the hive mind to speak in the first person and to talk about her like experiences or whatever. That I think I agree with that. That is the point, which is that at the end,
True,
it's
and
like
they
she's
have
trying
a
to fake
difficulty doing it. Isn't
Indeed,
that
yeah.
interesting?
It is interesting, yeah. That was funny, very funny. They really struggled there. It was a big thing. Yeah.
I wonder why.
I mean, pronouns are difficult.
Well, it's also interesting because it's like a self-perception thing,
Mm.
but it's like they're many selves, but they're also one self. But then why would they say we if they're actually just one self?
True.
Then that would imply a contradiction. Wow.
Yeah, true. Very true.
Sometimes everyone's a hypocrite, Elitari.
And sometimes no one is a hypocrite. I don't know if that's true.
No. Sometimes everyone's a hypocrite. That's a Sopranos line, Elitari. Don't worry.
Okay, that makes way more sense. All right. Anyway, so.
Oh, I got a good one. I got a good one about
ahead.
the hive mind, Elitari.
Yep.
They didn't know where the ships were going, but now they do. This was very interesting, Elitari.
The ships.
This was perhaps the most interesting thing. Do you recall this?
The ships. I don't know what the ships mean. I don't know.
So Zosha says that the old her, the individual her, used to watch like the ships, and they'd go off, and because she gets asked what her favorite food is, and she talks about the ice cream.
Oh, at the end. Okay.
And she says, and then she says like she used to watch these ships go, and this is like a really interesting like. The hive mining gave her like closure on her individual like wonders as a kid, which she would never get like closure on otherwise, because it's just like a silly detail that a child wondered about one time. It's like forgotten to time, and like nobody could potentially recall. So it was another like contradiction thing where it's like she seems to get some satisfaction from the personal understanding that the hive mind has given them, but maybe they also shouldn't feel that if they were like a true perfect hive mind. And also it gives a little bit of insight as to like maybe that is why they're so happy, is now they know the answer to all the things that were like difficult to them, or like when you're like regretful in life that you didn't do something. Now you have the belief that you did it because somebody else did it, and now you feel it. I guess that would be different, because then you'd have like one depressed hive mind boy who nobody ever did the thing he wanted to do, so he doesn't know now. So this can't necessarily be one-to-one true. But the original point was interesting, not what I extrapolated from it, Elitari. So my goodness,
actually,
closure by being a hive mind.
I don't remember this. Well, I know it was at the end they were talking about ice cream. What is ships? What is that? What do you exactly?
So she says she used to get the ice cream from this one truck, and then she would go and sit by the water and watch the ships go, and she always wondered where they were going. And there were other things she was wondering. She was like, where they were going, what happens, or something. It was like 3 questions, and she's like, she said, and I think they even do the pronoun thing in the sentence where she's like, Zosha always used to, or we used to always, maybe they even say I, because they're in the role playing trying to say I phase, where she's like, I used to wonder where they would go, but now we know, or whatever, or now I know. It's like, oh, interesting.
Yeah, that is very interesting. Cool.
Maybe you should rewatch the scene, Elitari.
I definitely should. I don't know how I missed that.
I just freaking made that up, Elitari.
Did you actually? It's possible. No. Okay, I don't remember that at all, but yeah, okay.
I could not recall something, then forget to recall it, then recall it again so fluidly and succinctly, Elitari. I'd have to be a hive mind to do that.
And we all know you're not a hive mind.
Oh.
No one is a hive mind. Well, everyone is a hive mind. That's how that works, right? All right.
I'm insulted.
Anyway, I have more observations from Carol. This was interesting, which is that the signal came from Kepler 22b, which is 640 light years away. Oh, yeah. And they have no clue. Like, the hive mind doesn't know anything about the signal of the planet, or like anything about like Kepler.
And they'll probably never know.
Yeah, they'll probably never know. Yeah, like it's far away. They'll probably never get there. They'll never really make contact. Like it's just interesting. So yeah.
Aliens are weird and stupid, so you can't have them in your show, Elitari. So we just don't know about them.
Why do you think they could just be humans? What do you mean? They don't have to be aliens.
No, that would be the stupidest.
Why would that be the stupid? I think that's the implication, which is that they have the same biology to us because the animals are.
No, I don't think there is one. I think it's just like the repeating pattern or something.
That is also, yeah, possible. Well, there is the whole idea of it could be. I don't know how. Like, I know Vince Gilligan is a X-Files like writer and stuff. I haven't seen that show, so I can't really comment. But there is a possibility that if it is kind of, it could be a time travel thing, is what I'm saying. Which I don't know how like deep into sci-fi stuff the X-Files is. But if it is like a time travel thing where they send the signal out and the signal they receive it earlier in time because of how like I don't know time dilation and stuff works, I have no idea. That maybe they sent it.
Always bringing up time travel, Leadery, huh?
Well, it is like the biggest sci-fi like trope, right? And this is a very sci-fi show. But it feels weird. Like I can't imagine time travel happening. But maybe if it's like a Vince Gilligan thing that he likes, like in X-Files and stuff, I just have no context for it. Yeah.
That hasn't stopped you before, Leadery.
Yeah, but in those cases, I had more evidence. This time, I don't have much evidence for this.
True.
But, yeah. But the signal continues to be like just an interesting thing of like if it's something that just exists in the universe and like it's like perfectly suited to just keep going because whenever someone like discovers it, it like turns them into a propagating way, like a propagator for that signal. It's just interesting. Like it's a signal that it creates more of itself by like hijacking people's minds, and it's just cool. Like, what's the ultimate goal of the signal? Does it have a goal, or does it just exist? It's interesting.
Oh wait, no, I forgot what I was going to say. It was going to be something genius too.
Mm-hmm.
Signals, Leadery. What were you saying about signals?
The signal is out there. And
I remember, Leadery. I remember. So Carol kills the virus next time. But what's to stop them from just looking up in the sky and seeing it again and it restarting?
Probably. Yeah, that is interesting.
Well, everybody remembers now that they're individuals again, they would never want to do it, so they would not do it. I guess that's the way out.
I think more practically what stops it...
Wait, go ahead.
Well, more practically, what's going to stop it is that however Carol discovers how to undo it, that'll probably be stopping it forever. Like, it'll probably be a thing
they already told us, Leadery. They are building a big radio thing nearby.
That is true. They said I have wrote it down. They're building a giant antenna, and they're using up all the power in the world to send the signal to space. Yeah, it's interesting.
All Carol and our friend have to do is hack into the mainframe and reverse the signal.
If that happened, that would be wild. Because that feels like the most like generic like sci-fi trope of like not understanding how signals work and stuff. I mean, it might. I feel like it's probably not going to.
Well, yeah, because Carol's going to be a hive mind.
Yeah, we haven't got to that prediction section yet. Okay, we can have a lot because it's the last episode. We can actually make some bold predictions. Wait, did the thing happen?
Oh no, that's my next note, Leadery, which reads, "I'm pretty sure the thing I heard was wrong."
Wait, well, don't say it yet. We'll talk about it next time, okay?
Yes,
will remember.
I already detected I wasn't going to say it, so keep your rambling to yourself, okay?
Excellent.
But I find it absolutely impossible that it could happen. I just want to make that clear before I say it next time.
Okay, that's good to know.
I would be very disappointed if it happened.
Yeah, well, you never know. It could happen. We'll see. All right.
But it just can't, Leary. It just can't.
Now, I need you to use your giant memory, okay? The fact that you remembered that scene at the end and I didn't means that you remember the show better than me, okay? So I need you to tap into
It was like towards the end. It wasn't right.
No. I need to ask you a question about the show, but you need to tell me the answer, okay? So are you locked in? You're remembering everything about the show right now? Okay.
Lemon squeeze.
So, on Carol's whiteboard, where she wrote down all this information, she wrote H-O, okay? Capital H, capital O.
True.
Now, this could mean a million things. I don't know what it stands for or something, but it could be the chemical symbol for hydroxide.
Wait, I thought she wrote how. H-O-W.
Oh my god, did she? I mean, it's possible, and I just missed it. That is very
because
possible.
Initially I thought it just said ho or something like H-O.
Oh.
But then it was like because her marker was running out, she didn't get the first W.
Oh my god, that is what it has to be. That is what it is, isn't it?
I don't remember.
That would make sense. You know what? I'm probably going to take... Because that makes way more sense. Because I was thinking, like, I don't remember them ever saying anything about chemicals. Like, is it a thing?
Because it was just a little note she had on the side where she's being funny.
Yeah. That makes... Thank you. Look at this. You've answered a wonderful question. Thank you very much. Wow.
I always do. I know everything.
Yeah, that was very impressive. Okay. All right. Any other notes?
We're really drawing this shit out on God with an exclamation mark.
I thought you'd appreciate the spending time and building relationships and learning about the hive mind stuff. I appreciated that Carol was basically probing them for questions the whole time, and every time they gave an answer, I was like, oh, that's interesting. I was glad to learn more about them.
I don't know, Leadery. I can only truly put my feelings about pacing in context with the last episode.
That is true. Next episode discussion will be very interesting. We'll have a lot of thoughts on.
Do you think we're going to be contentious next time? Oh my goodness.
What, like disagree with each other?
Oh, I have one. Yes,
Oh,
yes,
maybe.
yes.
I don't. Yeah, it's possible. We'll see.
Let's get ready to fight.
True.
Don't worry, I got all my insults lined up.
Wonderful.
Now, I have one final note, Illyri, and that's that the final song was in English.
I didn't even pick it up. That makes sense, I guess. I did listen to it.
No, that's not good. That ruins our whole motif we had going.
Or maybe that means something. Because the final scene was with Menounos.
Well, yeah.
And then maybe whenever he's the final scene, the song is English or something. I don't know.
True. It's all about perspective. I'm pretty sure he's had a final scene before, so.
And maybe that was also in English and we didn't realize.
I don't remember if I recognized this song though, so.
Interesting. I certainly didn't.
I should be able to remember his name. It's like Maria Menounos.
True. I don't. Is that like a famous person, or is that I don't know?
Yeah.
Okay. Very cool. Kyle. People are still being born. They said like people are dying and people are being born.
They did say that.
Yeah.
But it's only been 40 days, so it's all people that were already pregnant, Alita, you see.
That is true. Good point. Good point. We'll have to have a time skip in like 10 months or something. Okay. Oh, and how do we not talk about this? The phone message is gone because they're like directly in person now. So whenever she calls them on the phone, it's just like a call. And I'm like, oh my God. It's so sad.
It's back to the way it used to be, Illyri. That's very good.
That is the thing I missed.
Also, there was a dog, Illyri.
Yeah, there was a dog, and it was the old man's dog, and he was lying down or something.
He was following this fella around.
Yeah.
And I was wondering, like, can the dog tell that, like, Carol is different because of the way it, like, pats her head or something? This goes back to the stupid card game thing I was talking about. It's like, is Carol's like, do they all pat the dog the exact same way? Or would they officialize it? What do you call that, Illyri? To make it the best possible way?
Optimize.
Do they optimize it depending on the size of the person's hand who is petting the dog?
Yeah. Who knows?
Jesus. There's too many variables here, Illyri. Life's too difficult.
Yeah. Imagine being a dog and then the whole world becomes one person. Wouldn't that be crazy?
Probably wouldn't notice, Illyri. These mutts are fucking stupid.
Yep. Amen. But not those damn wolves. They identified a dead body hidden under the ground in her backyard.
Well, they're always doing... Oh, they did call them wolves, too. They didn't call them coyotes.
Well, there we go. See? I'm just correct. Yeah, I knew it from the first time I saw them.
I'm sure.
Yep. All right.
Oh, and she looked at Helen's, like, grave or something after she had sex with that lady, I think.
I don't remember that, but it's possible.
At some point in the episode, she did. I'm not sure if it was after.
Okay.
Maybe it was in the flirting stages and she was feeling guilty.
Okay. I don't know.
Are you excited to finish the show, Illyri?
I am actually, yeah, because finally I can like reflect on it and think about like what do I think of the show in totality, and then I can watch the podcast and find out about those 20-centimeter long spiky trees and see if they're real or not. That's what I care about the most.
They're real, Illyri. Don't be ridiculous.
Yeah.
Now, I will not be listening to that podcast.
I know,
but you better report back and tell
will.
us all you've learned.
I definitely will. Now, next episode, are we gonna see the giant antenna?
Yes, we're hacking into it, Illyri, you fucking idiot.
I feel like I could imagine that giant antenna being like the final scene, where it's like, I don't know why in my head I have this vision of the, like, there's no way I've like seen this, because it can't be, but for some reason I feel like the show is gonna end with people going to space. But then again, it must be because I'm thinking of the movie Don't Look Up, which ended a similar way, and that's probably what I'm picturing in my head.
Spoilers!
That is true. It's not a very good movie, don't worry.
Yeah, that's what you would think.
Yeah. So what I'm imagining is the final scene is like activating the antenna or something. So I have no idea.
No, that's gonna happen at the beginning of Act 3 of Episode 9.
True.
And then we're gonna drive up there, and we're gonna beat off these inhumanites, and we're gonna hack the mainframe.
So let's think about it. Next episode, there's one thing that's definitely gonna happen, which is that Carol and Menounos are gonna meet. What do you think that is? So what is? You have a very clear. What do you think's gonna happen? I think you have a pretty good idea.
He's gonna question her loyalty, Illyri.
I'm trying to think.
I don't know. It could be interesting if immediately she goes back into it when she sees him or something, and they don't have a fight. Like she's like, "Oh, finally, somebody that was supposed to react the way those other people were supposed to react back then, but they weren't reacting said way."
True. Like I think her reaction. It's like, it's interesting. It is interesting. I am looking forward to the conversation because from her perspective, I do truly think that she is probably afraid at this point to get rid of the hive mind because she is a bit too connected to it.
There's
however,
a conflict.
Yeah, the conflict is probably the best way to put it. Yeah, but a genuine conflict, not like one that she would actually struggle with. And then on his side, like, what is he thinking? He feels really bad about using up people's time and making them do things and using their items, and like he's very like stuck on that. Like that's a big thing to him. And he also wants to fix the world, like save it. Like these are his like two driving kind of things that we see a lot of. So in terms of like him not using other people's items and stuff, I imagine he's probably going to get angry at Carol for using it. I don't know what it would be. Like even maybe the car she shows up with, if they like meet somewhere neutral or something like that. Like maybe he'll be upset that she took someone's car, or like I feel like that's
she's
gonna be a
using
big
him
thing.
for everything, stealing everything. Illyri, this lady's evil. Now,
yeah.
Oh, I had a point, but I forgot.
Do you think the scene will be like him trying to remind her and be like, "You're not the same person. You're like, when I saw this message, you inspired me, and you're not that same person anymore." Like, is that the tone you think?
Yes, I think so.
Okay.
After some initial, you know.
Mhm.
But also, this guy's still fucked up, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he has an infection. He probably should have rested more.
He's got like open sores on his back.
Yep, he wrapped himself up in like an ambulance or something. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Poor guy. Those damn
I don't know
trees,
if she has
man.
to like help him first or something.
Yeah, maybe he'll show up and fall over, and that'll be it.
Or conflict Illyri, she tells the hive mind to save him, and then he wakes up and is mad about that.
Yeah, true.
True.
Okay. Any other predictions you want to make? Then it's the last time to do them.
I am much less confident in any prediction I would have ever made than I am right now, Illyri. Like, Carol's going to become a hive mind. It's going to have a depressing ending. But this probably entailed some sort of a turn before the last episode for this evil hive mind to reveal their evilness so we could be sad. And also, there doesn't seem to be any, like, they haven't started teasing another method for them to change her or whatever.
True.
So her literally becoming a part of the hive mind, I think, is a 0% chance, Illyri.
Wow.
0.
Okay.
Now, her just going along and living with the hive mind, that's a 50% chance, Illyri. 50. I'm incredibly torn over whether or not she, in the end, fucks over Menounos, who's dying because he's dying already, and she lets him die because she would rather live with the thing. That's what's going to happen, Illyri. That's why he got stabbed. That's why he's still fucked up. That's why he didn't wake up after he was fully cured.
Yeah, I could imagine that happening. Okay, and my prediction would be Carol is going to be this is what I'm predicting. Carol is going to go along with Menounos, and he might have a plan, like because now he's looked into the radio signals and stuff. He'll probably propose the plan to her, and she will go along with it. But at the last second, she's going to change her mind and be like, "Actually, I'm not doing this," and then betray him or something like that. I think that's the vibe I'm getting here, because I think she genuinely is conflicted, and I think at the last moment she'll realize that she doesn't want to get rid of the hive mind. I think that'll be the end of the show. That's the vibe I'm getting from the conversations this episode.
And then she stabs him in the freaking head.
Could be, yeah. It could be that when he's trying to...
the hive mind might hate her.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. Who knows? We'll find out. We'll know soon.
She did kill a couple million people that one time. Illyri, just write down 2 ginormous points.
All right, go ahead.
So, Illyri, is it going to be the ending of the show is her driving through town and they all say, "Hi, Carol," and she says, "Hi, everyone," and she's very happy to see them. Possibility number 1.
That is very possible. Yep, I could imagine
Possibility number 2, Illyri. Bye, Carol, as they're fucking dying.
That would be great. That would be an interesting ending, like to subvert it like that.
And it's going to be the pretty girl. They're all going to say it in unison, and then the pretty girl's going to have an individual moment like 3 seconds later where she says it too.
You know, that is such a genius thing that I feel like even if whenever the hive mind disappears one day, if that does happen, if there's like other seasons or whatever, that has to be what they're going to do. The Bye Carol thing is too good to not do. Oh my God.
They should hire me, Illyri, for season 2.
True. Yeah. Well,
now, I really don't see a definitive ending here. There's no season 2, Illyri, all right? That's not happening. I'm maintaining that.
Yeah,
now,
I could be either way. I'm not sure.
Season 2's are lame and for losers. We like 1 season, 1 movie, no sequels, Illyri.
Is there any...
That's terrible.
What's a 1 season show you like?
I'm sure there's one. The Romanoffs is 1 season, but I don't like that show.
Oh, Knight of the Seven
I'm
Kingdoms. So it's not over yet. It's not done. All right.
And that's already confirmed for season 2, and I don't like it.
Right.
I'm sure there's one somewhere.
I don't know if there is for you. I've seen a lot, but
I've seen like 3 shows in my whole life.
that is true, and they're all multiple season shows, so who knows? All
You
right.
know.
Maybe one day when you watch the great Obi-Wan Star Wars show, you'll just love that one so much.
Chernobyl.
Did you watch that? I don't even remember.
No, but that's a 1-season show.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that was very good. Chernobyl, Watchmen,
Yeah,
The Night of, like these are all good. Like Broadsword
Watchmen got
Church when there was
cancelled
only
because
one
it was
season.
woke and trash.
Well, Watchmen had an ending, like enough of an ending, I guess. It wasn't.
You don't have to
conclusive.
retort what I say sarcastically, Elitery. Actually, you do. But
True.
that time I'm letting you off the leash. That's like
Alright.
a whole thing is when you react to my sarcastic comments.
Mhm.
But usually I actually mean them. I'm just like Oscar like that.
Yes. Congratulations.
Uh-huh.
All right. Well, everyone.
You didn't make any predictions.
I did. I said exactly what's going to happen. She's going to go along with Medunos' plan and change her mind at the last second. Because she is
That's
genuinely struggling.
boring. You suck.
And then the final scene is
David
going to
Ivey,
be
not
them
you.
sending the signal to space. Because it just feels like that's where that's going.
That could be a thing, but that's boring too.
Well, maybe it'll be a nice, safe ending. It'll be exactly what I think. But yeah. And I
You
also
don't like
predict
safe, yeah.
we are not seeing any of the other characters. They're gone.
No, we're definitely seeing absolutely all of them.
Mm-hmm.
No, just the Indian lady. And definitely the dude.
Yep. I don't think so.
Are they all going to cry as they say goodbye or something? Is that how we cut to them? Or are they going to be happy when they come back? And is she going to call Carol after they come back and say, my son's actually back, thank you very much, Carol? But you
Maybe,
killed my
yeah.
grandfather, piece of shit. And then she's going to come and beat her up.
Yeah. I
But
couldn't
who
hate her
cares about
anymore.
your grandfather if your kid's fine?
That's, yeah, true. Very true.
Mm.
All right.
There's so many possibilities, Alito. The sky is endless. Unless it has that weird thingy in the sky that turns you into a hive mind.
Yeah, well, the parallel planes that are all flying at the same time. That the normies had no idea what was happening, and neither did Kyle, but I knew it. I didn't have to read any comments.
Don't make
to
fun of
figure
the
that out.
normie. We like them.
True. And yeah, soon Blindwave is reacting to this show in a few days, so I'm so excited for that.
I'm not watching.
I will be watching, and I'm so excited, and yeah.
Maybe they should fucking hurry up if they want me to watch.
Yep. Anyway.
When the girls reacting to it, Alito? What a great question.
We got to suggest it to them.
True.
So thank you everyone for watching, and see you next time for the last ever Pluribus discussion. Yeah, bye-bye.